Brown guy with tattoos. I think I'm covered. We're looking for a brown guy with tattoos. Perfect.
Is that the AK day?
That was the AK day. So
Chest blasted?
chest. He just what?
How about this? We'll give something for the listeners. All right.
Dude, if people understood that they can get slapped at any fucking point in time, they would legitimately shut the fuck up. Fucking take the labels off of this shit. If they want to drink the bleach, drink the bleach. So day drinking, and then and I was like,
I caught that. I'm like, motherfucker! It's 11.
We're at work.
11 o'clock.
It's 11 o'clock in the morning.
Work at least.
It's 11 o'clock in the morning.
I was at work too, but I was like, yes.
Now it's time for you to talk about blood dick.
Right.
Why the fuck were you guys talking about that before the fucking episode? Hashtag blood dick.
So awesome.
Listen, welcome to the Covert Standard. What's going on, man?
How you doing, guys?
I feel like so much shit goes on between every time we film one of these, and then we get on, and it's like we want to brain dump on everybody, like everything that's going on. Let's go to get the sponsor, the one holding on for dear life,
Kamala Harris.
You just had to bring her fucking name up. So stonecoldworks.com, everybody knows him well. Go to his website, you can check him out. It's a Cerakoting company. It's a good buddy of ours. And he basically will Cerakote anything, mostly firearms, though. That's what we're all about. The 2A community, if you have a firearm at the house that you want to go and change the color, you want to update it, you want to just change the finish on it, you can go and send it to him, and he'll do it for you.
Just knowing our listeners, like someone's going to send him a dildo and say, like,
I want you to Cerakote
they
this
said
dildo.
you would Cerakote anything.
And he has to do it.
Stone would probably be like, all right.
He has to do it. Like, he has to do it. Like that's kind of like the whole gimmick of it is like, you know, whatever we say
Covert
goes.
Standard sent me.
Yeah, just tell him Covert Standard sent you, and he has to go ahead and Cerakote your dildo.
So yeah, I feel like everybody had that shit in the chamber, like fucking ready to go with all the goddamn Kamala Harris memes the second that shit was announced.
Because everybody was kind of like picking up on it.
Yeah, I mean, she was on the short list for sure. And it's just so weird because she's like the absolute wrong pick in so many different ways.
Yep.
Which is a good thing, you know, for me, because I want them to lose.
Yeah.
So I'm not terribly upset about that, but like,
yeah, but it also sucks though that we have to look at this as, you know, this is the balance of our fucking country.
I know.
Like, yeah, they're horrible and everything, but like, fuck, like, what if the anomaly happens and he loses? And now we're stuck with these two fucking shitty people.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, I don't know, the balance of our country is held by idiots, and I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. So
Kamala Harris, for one, threw a lot of mud. It's been a dirty election season. So during the primaries, I mean, she said he was racist.
Yep, she called Joe Biden racist.
She said she believed Biden's accusers of that, you know, he came up and sexually assaulted them. She said that she fully believes him. Now she's his running mate.
That's why it's so funny to me, is because it kind of shows you what kind of person she is. She's like, okay, I'll forget all of that stuff for power. That's fine.
There's a lot of things that she has done to show you what kind of person she is. She was a prosecutor and was attempting to stop a DNA test of a death row inmate that was getting ready to be executed because she didn't want it to mess up her record, her prosecuting record.
Yeah. Because that mattered more than...
Turned out that guy was innocent and almost died.
See? but like, it just shows you what kind of... Like, okay, whatever happened to, you know, doing the right thing to, you know, because it is the right thing, right? So, like, for instance, you care about your reputation, your status.
Those people aren't career politicians. She's a career politician, so that kind of all goes out the window. But so she's a law and order person. She has been, at least traditionally. That's on her entire record. And now she's espousing really, like, you know, trendy beliefs. So we'll see. I mean, I think the name of the game this year is how much do people hate Trump?
That's pretty much what it is.
That is the name of the game. So the reason I say that she's the wrong pick for so many reasons, I feel like it's one of two things. She's either going to go with Biden and be like this really strong, like, yeah, these are just protests and we need to really look at defunding the police and we definitely need to take everybody's guns. And voters across the country are not going to let that happen. Like, they're not going to fucking shout and scream, but when they get in that voting booth, they're either going to vote for Trump or just not turn out.
She's definitely anti-gun. Well, let me say anti-gun.
Very.
She tries to mask it as in, no, I don't think that you shouldn't be able to own a gun. But come on, then she looks at you and be like, come on, give me a real reason why you need an AR-15. Like that's her play. Mm-hmm. So she tries to play it off as like, oh, I'm not anti-gun, but why do you need this gun?
Right.
No, you're not taking shit from me. Stop taking shit from me.
I mean, both of them are Biden and her have both openly said that they want a forced gun buyback of AR-15s and other assault rifles.
Just buy a shotgun.
Just buy a shotgun.
Just buy a shotgun.
Shoot 2 blasts in the air.
Go outside on your balcony. Shoot 2 blasts in the air, and they'll go away. That was his advice. Dude, did you see that video that I can't remember who it was that made it, but he was singing like,
he turned it into a song.
Buy a shotgun.
Yeah. Song of Fire, whatever that group is. But
it was great.
So, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, there's a reason gun sales are way the fuck up, because wanting to protect your family is not a partisan issue. Mm-hmm. And so they're going to either have a bunch of the silent majority be the swing that no one really expects and Trump will win. Mm-hmm. Or they're going to, the way I see it anyways, is potentially piss a bunch of people off that are on the other side of the aisle that are out there burning shit. They're going to be pissed off because they're, Biden and her are going to come in against that stuff. And that could have negative repercussions. I don't think those people are the majority, though. So I don't think they're swaying elections. But maybe them not coming out to vote is going to affect things. It's hard to say. Like, the 2016 election was affected almost equally by the people that didn't come out and vote. Like, there was just a massive portion that said, fuck you, I was a Bernie Sanders supporter and you screwed him. I'm not coming out to vote.
Well, so now I understand that our demographics over here are a lot smaller in the grand scheme of things, right? We have the entire United States, and I'm only speaking based off of my 100-mile radius that I have around me, right?
Right.
But I have got to know a few people who used to either be far left, used to be very anti-Trump, or used to be, their beliefs were so strong, towards the left-hand side that they didn't want to see the other side, that have turned the opposite route. Like, I've seen this happen.
Right.
And it's the craziest thing, because I feel like it's so much harder for somebody on the left side to agree with right than I have witnessed in my little small bubble of somebody from the right looking at the left and thinking that was pleasurable or whatever. So
finding common ground.
Exactly. So I'm actually starting to see a lot more people go, like, there's 2 specifically that I could name out right now that literally would never vote for Trump. Like, they even till they change, but now they're all pro Trump. They're pro Trump. They're vote for Trump.
I'm kind of one of them, honestly. Like, it was Chris H. We were in the break room talking about how Trump was like starting to actually get taken seriously in the Republican primaries in 2015, and I remember saying, like, I cannot fucking, like, I don't want to live in America where Trump's president. There's no fucking way.
You said that?
Yeah. And I wholeheartedly meant it. And I can say that Trump won me over with his actions as a president, not as his candidacy. Mm-hmm. Like, he's a fucking good president. I don't give a shit what anybody says. The odds steer
against him, and he's still trying to do his best to help everything and try to.
He's just into it to get himself richer.
Yeah.
You morons.
Yeah. He doesn't need to. He has it. He doesn't need that anymore. Like, he has it already. So it's I don't know. There's a lot of things that are positive on it, but the media keeps trying to shut it out. But he keeps doing it. He keeps trucking along. Recently, there was like a press conference he was holding, and there was a shooting outside the White House. My favorite thing that I saw, and I think you posted it. I watched it. Was the reporter asking him if he was shook. Right? They were like, are you rattled? And he just looks at it and goes, I don't know. Do I look rattled? That was like the most gangster shit you could have said.
Because he's such an asshole, just always.
And that's what I love about it. I fucking love that. So, like, Secret Service comes in and they're like, Mr. President, I need you to come with me. And he's like, what? And he's like, what? Excuse me? What? He's like, I need you to come with me. And he was like, okay. And I guess he whispered in his ear, like, there's been a shooting. And he's like, oh. And he just walks nonchalant. He like looks at the crowd. He's like, okay, he'll walk over here. Not freaking out, whatever. He trusts him.
Yeah.
that's important. That's big. You know, he trusts these people, and he gives them thanks. You know, and
did you see the video of the guy that got shot?
No, I didn't watch that. What is it?
I forgot who posted it. It was someone like fairly popular. Like I think it might have even been,
I just paid attention to it today, so I have to
I saw it today at some point. I think it might have been Grand Thumb.
Okay.
What I just remember the caption is this guy walked up like he got called up to The Price is Right. He was just walking with a gun in his hand, like fucking strolling up, and then get shot. Yeah, can't go up to the White House and kill the president if you
can't
don't like
go
him.
to the White House.
I mean, you're
with a
gonna
gun like that. Yeah,
you're gonna run into resistance anyways. So getting back to like, you know, the opposite side being such extreme assholes, like as long as they didn't want to go confiscate guns, like I really wouldn't have that big of a problem. Like I don't think a Biden presidency would be good for the country, but I'm not gonna be this is the end of the world kind of guy. But what genuinely fucking scares me is there's never been higher tension. I've never felt like we're genuinely not so far off from a civil war as a country. There's so much division. And if they actually stuck to their guns, I know it's campaign rhetoric, and they're career politicians, so they're pretty fucking expert at changing their tune the second they actually have the ability to do something. But if they're in the position to do it, and they genuinely say, we're going to go in and confiscate every AR-15 in this country, that is a civil war. I'm not saying it like I'm advocating for it. I fucking think it'd be the worst thing that has ever happened or will ever happen to me in my life. Like, that there's nothing worse. So I hope what I think would happen if they did even get to that point is they would shift from, okay, well, you can't buy them anymore. It would be similar to the 94 gun ban, except it would probably be worse. I mean, the gun laws that they have written now are definitely worse, and there's no sunset clause. So I think it would be worse in that aspect of it and what guns it encompasses. But that's not the same thing as a confiscation, and I don't think that would necessarily result in any kind of civil war. I wouldn't be happy about it, but it's just a totally different thing than trying to actually force people into selling their stuff or calling them a felon.
I think it would still rile the feathers. I think it was.
Oh, no one would be okay with
yeah,
it.
I think that would still be fought.
You got to understand what civil war really means.
Mm-hmm.
Like, grocery stores are going to be gone.
Mm-hmm.
Like
everything's shut down.
Supply chain's gone. Energy could be gone. I mean, have to worry about going out and kill people. Like, I don't want to fucking have to worry about doing that. Like, I do in a concealed carry standpoint of, like, just in case someone comes to harm me and my family, like, I want to be able to be competent to fight that. But, like, if there's literal civil war in the streets, that's kind of
I wonder what
horror.
that would look like.
Well, I can tell you it's a horror that no one has really experienced.
I wonder what that would look like, because we know what the last civil war we had here was, but like that
no one really does though. Like, we know accounts of it, but we have no idea what the fuck it was like.
Exactly.
So
I wonder what that would look like. It'd be crazy.
It would not be fun.
Yeah, no, I don't like it. I don't like the idea of it.
Makes me nervous.
Hope it doesn't happen, but I mean, fuck it. This is the way the world is.
I mean, humans suck. Well, humans always suck. So I just feel like Democrats are playing with fire that they don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they don't get that that's a real fucking possibility with the shit that they're talking about.
No, they think you have to listen to what I say. Like, they have the mentality. They have the mentality of people that, like, if I tell you no,
right?
No, you can't do that. And they look at you in the eye and they say, no, you can't do that. That you're just going to not do it.
They're the lords and we're the peasants.
Yeah, fuck off.
I mean, that is the mentality, how I see it anyways.
They also think, too, as soon as they go, okay, we're banning them, it's passed, it's banned, that now they're looking at everybody like, okay, go get them. Go get the guns. You, go get them. Go confiscate them. Go. It's not going to happen. There's no fucking way. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't understand how they would even achieve or try to achieve trying to confiscate it all anyway.
Okay, imagine this. A large group of armed citizens, they go in and they shoot the president and they shoot the VP.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck does that do to the country?
Turmoil. It'll be all fucked up. Yeah.
All like almost America's dead.
Yeah.
It really is almost like America's dead.
Mm-hmm.
If violence comes to politics, America's dead because that's what we've done. We've managed to get the violence out of politics.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like they're begging for it to come back, and it scares the shit out of me.
Well,
I would not be one of those mobs, by the way. I would be the one fucking screaming from the rooftops on this podcast, like, please don't fucking go to violence. Like, That's not the fucking route to go. But there's a lot of people that I think are willing. And, like, so you see all these people that are burning and looting shit in the streets. Well, there's a counterpoint to those that are generally very well-mannered, very clean, and they go out and they take their guns and they peacefully protest. But when you come in and say you're going to go to federal prison for owning a gun, there's a good portion of them that are going to say,
no, I'm not.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're going to be willing to use force against
They won't be able to handle. There's so many people.
They won't be able to.
They won't be able to handle.
Oh no, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like if 50,000 people show up at the White House armed,
they won't be able to handle.
The president's going to die.
Yeah. They won't be able to handle it.
Maybe he'll be able to lock himself in a room and long enough for like the military to show up.
Sure.
I mean, it's not good. None of it's good.
But I mean, is that what the Civil War is going to end up being, or is the Civil War going to be just two different sides of a bully of something? Like, for instance, I know the Civil War wasn't based completely upon slavery, but that was one of the hit points.
It was pretty major.
Yeah, exactly. But it wasn't everything. But it was like a really big point was, one's for slavery, one's without slavery. They want to fight for slavery. Mm-hmm. So like, what would this actually look like? Is it going to be a bunch of people that are unarmed saying you can't have your guns, fighting people that are armed?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like what's the actual argument going to be? Because I don't think it's necessarily going to go after. Maybe it's going to be like they're gonna hold up the government for the demands, and it's going to be the point where their demands. Basically what's going to happen is they're going to go until they submit. Then the government's going to submit. Then they're going to be like, okay, what do you want? And then we're going to basically reestablish the Constitution. This is the people's country, that kind of thing.
I mean, that's where America is dead.
Yeah.
Like, do you really think that we have the same wisdom now than the founding fathers?
No, we don't.
No. The country's dead.
No.
If that happens, if it comes to it, America is over.
Pride's been diminishing over and over again. The more generations come out, every generation comes out, everything like that, it's just been diminishing. The respect for the country is gone. Everybody that comes, not everybody, but a lot of the people that leave their country to come to our country to do their own business and everything like that, to live off of our values and everything like that, a lot of them is who you see out here fucking spitting on our country. And then a lot of people that are living in our country that have to live. Everybody has to fucking live a hard life. I mean, the only ones that get it easy is like, okay, that your parents are already in power, already have money. But like the average human being has to be raised going through their own life choices, their own like hills and shit like that. You have to go through public school. You have to pick yourself up. You have to be an outstanding adult. You have to be able to learn, your mannerisms and learn how to live in society.
Yeah.
As these things start to diminish, that's when we have these fucking issues, and that's one of the like problems that I see, like, that I foresee happening is based upon that. And I just feel like that's where, 100 years from now, nobody's going to have respect anymore. We have people on our own soil right now that are like literally burning the flag. They live here and they're burning our flag. They fuck our morals. They want to do nothing with it.
Ebbs and flows, man. That like 100 years from now, who the fuck knows? America could be totally gone, or it could be patriotic.
100 years from now, I'll be dead already, so it's fine.
I mean, you just never know what the fuck things. But I do think that things come. Yeah, it's a bit of a pendulum. Things.
Well, okay.
like nationalism wasn't a big thing in the 1800s.
Mm-hmm.
Like people were. I'm a proud Georgian. I'm a Floridian.
What would you call that? Like
they really saw the federal government as not very important.
No, yeah, it wasn't.
So, like, the pride in the United States of America wasn't something that really became very big until, like, it started growing after World War I and then became big after World War II.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people didn't want to fucking do a lot of the shit that we're totally fine with doing now as an American culture in 1910. The idea that we're going to go fight for all these fucking kings and queens over in Europe, fuck those little faggots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the actual pride and everything into yeah, you're right. That later on develops everything like that. Everybody was more like about their colonies and about their own kind of people, but they at least all agreed on the same pride that they were able to break from tyranny. Right?
I remember stories of like back when like cars are still like really kind of new, like cops pulling people over because they're from another county to fucking harass them.
Yeah,
you ain't from around here. What you doing in this county?
There's definitely a give and take out of this, right?
Yeah.
There's definitely give and take.
Yeah,
things have gotten better too.
Yeah, oh, fuck yeah.
Let's not.
It's because things have gotten better that people have gotten worse.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
There's a correlation to this.
That's why I said there's a give and take on it.
Right.
Like I was having this conversation with a friend earlier, and they were saying, we were talking about racism, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I get it. Yes, there's still racist people. I don't think it's just white versus black, black versus white. I think every race has somebody that doesn't like them. People don't like the Chinese for this, or people don't like Arabic people, or people don't like Hispanic, whatever. Everybody has their own reasons to hate a general population of people.
Okay,
but you can't say that we're not getting better. Like it's not.
Here's the funny thing to me about this conversation is that things are so much better that we've redefined what racism is.
Sure, yeah.
To make it seem bad.
Yeah.
Like what that guy sees as racist, someone that actually experienced racism would probably not consider racist. Like if he went by his definition of what racism was and then just teleported back to like the South in fucking 1942, like, okay. I'm totally fucking wrong.
Yeah.
Racism is not, I'm kind of bigoted. Like I might prejudge someone that they're more likely to steal because of the way they look.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's that they want to fucking beat the shit out of me and tell me I'm a fucking, like, because I'm trying to use the same bathroom.
Yeah.
That's fucking racism.
Yeah.
All right. Now our idea of racism is like, he looked at me wrong.
Yeah. Or he said something. And the funny thing is that I've noticed is that a lot of it is now reversed. Like it's the other
there's
side
a lot of racism towards white people.
Yeah.
Because socially it's acceptable, and it's been acceptable, and it's been growing. And I think that'll have a boiling point too. I don't know when that's going to be or what that's going to look like, but I mean, there's plenty of examples of hate crimes towards white people. I was listening to fucking Andrew Schultz, that fucking comedian, on his podcast, and I
like listening to his shit.
Yeah.
He comes from a different
right. He's a very different perspective.
Yeah.
I don't agree on him with a lot of things, but I appreciate the altered perspective.
Yeah.
And he was fucking cracking jokes with one of the dudes that's like doing the editing side of things or the controls. Is a black dude, and he posted a picture online on Instagram of him out on a boat with like a bunch of white chicks, and how he was out with a white chick, like dating, whatever, and like he was trying to like back up and deny, and basically the point he was making is like no group of people are allowed to say that they're into white chicks. Like white people, I guess, is okay. He had something for what, like, no. If white people do it, it's because they're racist. Because if that means that they don't like black girls or Latino girls, then it's because they're fucking racist. If black dudes do it, it's because they're sellouts. If Asians or Latinos do it, it's because they're fucking sellouts of their culture. So no one's really allowed to just openly say, I'm just fucking into white chicks. Like, it's true, guys are, but you're not allowed to fucking say it, because then you're fucking racist.
Yeah. I don't know, man. What do they call it? Like, you're either racist or what is it? Reversed racism. They call racism. They call it reverse racism.
Oh, I really hate that term though. Like, I really hate that term. It's no, it's just racism. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, if you think that you are better than and here's the thing to me, like, having your bias is not racism. If you're into fucking white chicks, I don't care what race you are. That doesn't make you racist. If you were into only having sex with black chicks or only having sex with Asians, that doesn't make you racist. It just doesn't. If you are not into having sex with black females, or you're not into having sex with Asians, or whatever else, that also doesn't fucking make you racist. That's not what racism is. Racism in the form that anybody should really give a shit about it is a form of hatred towards another group of people because you think that they are inferior to you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what the fuck racism is, to any degree that anybody should give a shit about it, is that you think that you, from birth, are better than another group of human beings based on fucking skin color. Like, you can throw a little bit of, like, the culture in there, but I think that gets muddied pretty fucking quickly. Like, racism is just, I don't like that person because he's black, and that means that he is blah, 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 and I fucking hate that person.
Yeah.
That's racism. Racism that anybody should give a shit about is because of the hatred that's attached to it. If racism was, I don't like that person, so I don't want to sell my car to them, like, okay, that's one more peeled back removed. That's fucking wrong, but you're not murdering anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But we need to squash that shit out. And I feel like we've peeled these onions back more and more and more. And now we're at this point to where, like, oh, well, you were on higher alert because those two black guys walked by you at night, and that's racist.
Mm-hmm.
And then you start getting into, like, well, that's your intuition. Is your intuition racist now? Like,
I feel like I'd be that way no matter who walks by me, like, at night.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I don't
Right,
care what you are.
But you're not allowed. But you're not allowed to if they're black, because we peeled back so many fucking layers.
Sure.
Now they're fucking digging for shit that's not there. Like, no, it's because it was at night, and I had two males that are walking near me at night, which means it was more likely to be attacked. And these two people fit descriptions of people that are more likely to attack me, not being black, but being young males.
Mm-hmm.
So my guard went up.
Yep.
When you get into microaggressions, it's literally like fucking, you want to kill yourself. How long that conversation goes.
Yeah. Well, brighter things.
What's
right?
that?
Let's go with brighter things.
Oh yeah. This is fucking nothing lamer than talking about.
There's so many awesome
racism.
things that are happening, like, or that will be happening. That I think is awesome, like things from the past. Like, for instance, Mike Tyson wanting to fight again.
Yeah, dude, I'm so excited about that shit.
That's awesome. Like, I get that he's like older now, but I think he can still hold his fucking own, you know. Well, and it's against Roy Jones Jr. too. Well, I don't even know when that fight's supposed to.
That's who he's fighting.
Yeah, and Roy Jones back in the day was a fucking beast too.
Yeah,
you know.
I've been watching Shannon Briggs really trying to fucking drum up a fight. He wants to fight Tyson so bad.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. Tyson looks good for an old dude or whatever, but I think he can still fucking knock your fucking head off.
Did you listen to the Joe Rogan podcast with Tyson?
No, I did not.
It's like over a year old now.
I feel like I have actually. Not. Yeah. Now that you think about it, I think
it was so good. Joe was talking to him like, Tyson was saying he doesn't work out. And Joe's like, why? What do you mean? What? And he was like, because I feel like my ego will come back out. It'll come back alive. And fucking give it a year. He's got a goddamn 6-pack, and he's ready to fucking get back in the ring.
And he's ready to. Yeah, he's already ready.
I fucking love it.
He just looks at I'm back. I'm back. So that's pretty cool. I know that I've been watching a lot. I don't know why. I don't know what's been happening recently, but Michael Jordan's been everywhere.
Well, have you watched The Last Dance?
The what?
The Last Dance. Oh my God. That's why Jordan's everywhere, and you have to fucking watch this shit.
What is it?
It's a Netflix documentary. I think I'm on episode 8. I would be all the way through it, but I stopped part of the way because Darian wanted to start watching it with me, so I had to go back to the beginning.
It's a Netflix show. Okay.
So it's
I haven't been paying attention to TV.
It's a multi-series Netflix documentary about the main series. Why it's called The Last Dance is because it's about the 1998 Bulls season.
Okay, yeah.
So it was the last season with Pippen, Jordan, and fucking
the original big.
Yeah. And so it's good as shit, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fucking good. Like, most of the episodes are about Jordan, but like it gives like probably at least an episode and a half of Dennis Rodman, an episode to Pippen. Like, that fucking documentary is so
that makes sense why I see a lot of him lately, because like I remember growing up, and I think we talked about this, but I remember growing up watching him. Like, that was my time.
So like I try to get Darian to watch it because, and I explained to her, like, I don't think you can understand, because being our age, she's 7 years younger than me, like, being our age, Jordan was fucking huge.
He was mad.
It was real important. Even if you didn't give a shit about basketball,
you had to watch it.
You had to go watch Jordan, like, because he was so fucking talented. It was so insane.
I'm happy that I had a chance to, at an understanding age, because obviously, we weren't like adults when he was playing, but we were at an age where we understood what was going on. I can still remember watching it. Like, we actually got to see that. That was like a legacy. That was a dynasty in the basketball culture, I mean, his name still rattles cages.
Right.
Everybody can say, oh, LeBron James. And listen, man, you can't knock Jordan.
The problem is that back when Jordan played the game, you could actually play basketball. You could be aggressive at defense.
Yeah.
And
now
it's gone. Like, it's all about offense. They've neutered defense, and I don't like basketball anymore.
Like football too. Like they did that with football. The whole concussion standards and stuff like that. Like,
but they do the episode on Dennis Rodman, starting with him with the Pistons.
Oh yeah.
And when the Pistons,
I forgot he was with the Pistons.
They had like a huge fucking bout between the Bulls.
Mm-hmm.
When he was part of the Pistons. And at the time, the Pistons were the champions purely by being like the goon squad, man. Like, they beat the fuck out of people.
Yeah.
And it just started working. Like, they just started winning doing that. Like, they didn't even think that was going to be the winning strategy. They were like, if you kicked our ass, like, you may have beat us, but we beat the fuck out of you. Like,
I made this comment too earlier where it was like people would look at me saying, oh, you're not open-minded enough to accept, like, eccentric people. And I was like, have you met Dennis Rodman? I mean, like, I've watched him. I loved watching that motherfucker. Like, and he is probably the most eccentric person I know.
Right.
He's fucking weird. And one of the best fucking basketball. I loved watching him play fucking basketball. So yeah.
So they named the playbook for that year The Last Dance.
Okay, makes sense.
And so that's the reason for the documentary. But I don't know how it came about, really, because of like all this footage was like this really detailed, like, no holds bar. They had access to fucking everybody in 1998, like back then. And they're doing a documentary now and doing modern interviews with everybody now. It's so fucking good. You want to talk about like just being an asshole on a couch? That is a fucking good thing to just get sucked into.
It sucks because I no longer personally enjoy sports based off of, because they, instead of keeping it as what it is in an entertainment business, they decided to get involved politically, and I don't like a lot of their
politics
viewpoints.
have to get mixed in everything, including four assholes talking on a podcast. So.
Yeah, I know, but like I don't enjoy sports anymore. Like, I'm actually like forcefully not. If I can get away from it, I will. Like, I don't care for it. Like if you would have kept it like what, just standard, that's what it was. Now that you want to use your power and your fame to try to change people's minds on certain, ideologies that are, I think, inherently are evil right now.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Like, I'm not going to support you. I'm done. Yep. And the funny thing is, there's a lot.
Yeah, you're not alone.
No, they're losing a lot of money.
Yeah.
They're losing a ton of money. And the fucked up part about it is it's like every sport, the only one that's fighting against the grain is hockey right now.
Yeah.
Hockey's the only one that are like, they make it known. Everybody's standing. Like, listen, guys, we're still about it. Yeah, but every other sport, they're losing money. They're all
fucking
losing money.
NASCAR.
Yeah, I know. Fucking NASCAR and baseball, the two things that you would think, right, are like inherently just American, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, done. It's all done. Whatever. Yeah, I'm moving on to other things.
I don't really watch sports anymore anyways.
Yeah.
I pay attention to the Super Bowl. I used to like football. I really did. And I've kind of just faded away.
Yeah. I think my pop still pays attention to it. But actually, he was just telling me he still collects cards every once in a while. He doesn't talk about it as much because he used to be really obsessed with collecting cards.
Sure.
I mean, my dad used to have these freaking toolboxes full of like freaking cards, pristine condition, everything. He has a graded card at the house, and I can't remember who it is. It's not Kobe. It's
sorry.
Go ahead.
I don't know why you talking about your dad's card collection made this click in my head, but the Last Dance thing, the thing that stood out to me the most, is as eccentric and crazy as Dennis Rodman was.
Mm-hmm.
He was like the coolest motherfucker to random kids in the audience.
Yeah.
He'd constantly take his jersey off and just hand it to a fucking kid.
He's super dope.
He fucking
he hangs out with Kim Jong.
right. He's a crazy, complicated motherfucker. But a kid gives him something to sign. He's signing it, and his mom's like, he's just obsessed with you. He's your biggest fan. So he signs it. He's like, doesn't really say shit, signs it, fucking gives it back to him, and then hands him his fucking shoes. Like he does that more than once, and they're not making a big deal about it. Like they're just fucking talking. Like he does that kind of shit, or did that kind of shit all the time. I don't know. I think he was a cool motherfucker.
Yeah.
Complicated dude for sure. But
he came out with a book. I remember at one point, and like I remember it was like supposed to be talk about like his life or something like that. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
And I remember that being like the topic of discussion back in the day. But my pop has a card that's graded that's worth buku dollars right
sure.
now. I don't remember what it was. Somebody's
Kobe?
rookie card. I don't think it's Kobe. I thought it was Kobe, but I remember specifically he's saying his most expensive card isn't even Kobe.
Yeah.
Because you would think it would be Kobe's like whatever card. It's I think it might be LeBron James, like his card, like as a rookie card or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it is, but I forgot how relevant those things are still. Like those things are still
right. I mean, in certain crowds.
I mean, fucking Pokemon cards made money. You know, like there's it's weird.
My Charizard card got stolen. I'm still upset about it.
It's still burning.
That shit fucking happened in 5th grade.
Bro, like I remember collecting cards as a kid too, like, and they end up becoming buku dollars. It's
got
so
it
weird.
at a mystery pack. Paid $3 for it.
Paid $3 for a card. If you had the original, like the original Charizard, those things go up for fucking like what is it? What 50,000?
That's hilarious. That's what it was stolen from me, by the way.
Yeah,
it was like.
But there's only like which is, you're probably right, exactly what I'm talking about. But there's a lot of different versions, like numbers. Okay. There's a specific like group of them that is worth $50,000.
This was 1998 or 1999.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the year Pokemon exploded.
Mm-hmm.
I think it predated the TV show.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
So the first or second video game was out for the Game Boy.
I played a lot of those.
And that was it. And yeah, I mean, at the time,
my little brother was really big into it.
At the time, I was furious because it was worth $100.
Mm-hmm.
So that just made me chuckle that it's actually worth like $50,000.
Yeah, I don't
because I would have sold it a long time ago, anyways.
There are specific ones I know, but I remember I can't remember what I was watching, but
it was Charizard, Blastoid, and the fucking
the
giant plant.
The grass one, the plant guy.
But those three were like holographic backed.
Yeah.
That was like the special shit.
Yeah, they were fucking cool, right? Yeah. My little brother was into it. He collected that shit.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Talk to your brother.
I remember.
He's fucking way into it still.
Does he still have cards?
I don't know if he's into cards. He's into Pokemon.
Dude, I remember he used to like to collect things. I know that at one point it was Pokemon cards. He'd collect Pokemon cards, and then he ended up collecting pins.
Really?
From Disney.
Okay.
And he had like 4 massive things full of pins.
Yeah.
And I remember, but it was funny because I would like look at it, and I'd chuckle to myself like, okay, whatever, this useless thing. No, these things make money. It's crazy.
I mean, I got my own fucking bullshit habit. It's more expensive, but I collect too many guns.
Too many guns. Yeah, I don't know.
I have too many guns.
I don't know if I call it collecting though.
Yeah. What do you think?
I don't consider myself a collector. I don't,
Yeah, I want to use all the shit I got.
I don't keep them pristine.
Nope.
And
fuck all my shit up.
Yeah,
shoot it. Like
I don't put it on top of a shelf and then get it graded and then put it behind plastic and then fucking decide to try to auction it off. I don't do that.
Yeah, I got a fucking World War II 1903 sniper rifle. So I think it's the A4.
Mm-hmm. They used that in that movie, that famous meme that you always see where they're like shooting. Pow.
Yeah,
that's the gun he has in his hand.
I have one of those, and it seems weird.
What movie was that? Is that Saving Private Ryan?
Yes,
it is Saving Private Ryan. That sniper scene. That's what he had in his hand.
Vin Diesel's out there like,
yeah. This was the younger years, but yeah, that was that's the rifle he had in his hand.
Speaking of Vin Diesel, I was at so we were gonna try to stop at a Target, and it just was dumping, and parking at a Target is fucking like you gotta walk a while, but there was a Big Lots. No one fucking goes to Big Lots right next to it. So we're like, fuck it. We're looking for a gift bag. So we stop at the Big Lots. We go in because it's raining so fucking hard. And she's looking for bullshit. She's off. The girl is. So they have a little movie section. And I'm always on the hunt for Blu-rays.
Uh-huh.
And it's Big Lots. So they don't carry Blu-rays, so that it's just like fucking obscure bullshit movies, but they're all $5. I'm like, here we go, motherfucker.
You'll grab a bunch.
I fucking found the Riddick collection. So
No
it was
way.
all 3 Vin Diesel movies
For $5?
For $5.
Shut the fuck up.
And I grabbed it and I like walked up to the register, like towards that area, and then I was like, these movies are so bad. I didn't buy it.
You didn't.
No,
It's
$5. It was $5.
So I've been actually trying to find the entire collection of Fast and Furious, like 1 through 8.
I still haven't seen past Tokyo Drift.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
After Tokyo Drift, I'm like, I'm out. Fuck this. I love the first one a lot. I watched the second one. I was like, that's okay, I guess.
Tokyo Drift
is so bad.
But
that
see, the funny thing is, it's still my favorite.
What? It's so bad.
The reason why I think is the fantasy aspect of it, because I've always like wanted to find those like car meet parties in Japan.
Yeah,
they're not there.
The acting is so fucking
doesn't matter. Those parties are so cool. I've always wanted to go through an underground garage, fucking, and then everybody's fucking drifting in the fucking parking lot, and and everybody's like fucking partying and drinking. Yeah, I want to go to those parties. Now, what kind of parties are our parties are fucking lame. Everybody just sits around a fucking bar, drinks, and then that's it.
Well, I mean, depends on what kind of party you go to, but I guarantee there's crazier parties in America than there is in Japan. Cars are too fucking expensive there. You know how much money you have to pay in taxes, and you'll fucking lose your license for like the rest of your life if you ever get caught drifting once.
Listen, you have your fantasies. I have my fantasies. I think it's cool.
I mean, I don't disagree. Can we go to Japan and lose our licenses in Japan?
Can we go out there and just go drift?
Yeah,
let's go buy cars and drift.
In Tokyo?
Yeah. Dude, they make it look so fucking awesome. The funny thing is movies do a great thing with expanding your imagination and like the way you think about things, because a lot of this shit is not even fucking real. Like you're like, oh yeah, this is fucking awesome.
Well, it's weird to me of like how life can imitate art, and like that was definitely true of Fast and Furious. Like, Fast and Furious created street racers. Like, not to say that people weren't racing on the streets, but like, there was a huge boom of like, man, I need a fucking spoiler on this bitch. Like,
man, I need an exhaust.
Yes, I need an exhaust. I got a fucking Honda. They don't even.
Oh, the LED lights under the car. I gotta get the LED lights.
It was illegal in Kansas. You couldn't do it.
Oh.
They'd get fucking tickets.
I remember after Fast and Furious, I swear to God, about 1 month after that fucking movie was released, like 90% of the cars that would be ever hooked up, even if they weren't hooked up, had neons underneath. Like, neons were the fucking thing to get in your car. You see them all over the place.
Yeah.
Now I don't see them at all.
I mean, you see them every once in a while, and their LEDs is so much better than fucking
I see
neons.
them. Yeah, they had halogens under the fucking car.
I know.
No, like I see them now in like big trucks.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because we live fucking here, but like big trucks, they have the neons underneath. That's it. That's all I see.
Every once in a while, I'll see a fucking rice burner. I saw a couple fucking Dodge Neons fucking pulling out that were like ricers.
Oh yeah.
Even though it's a Dodge Neon.
I raced racers back in the day.
Yeah, I know. You were big into it.
I was big into the whole race culture shit. Fast and Furious was like my Bible.
Did you have a friend that had like a fucking 1995 Honda Civic that he didn't upgrade at all, except he just put an $80 exhaust on it?
I did. Actually, I do one better for you. He didn't put an $80 exhaust on it. He just put holes in the fucking exhaust so it would make it sound loud. Yeah, so he didn't have to spend any money at all. He just drilled it.
Yeah, but it wasn't chrome.
No, it wasn't chrome. No, it was that fucking shitty pipe in the back. He just put some holes in it and that was it.
I went to a rich kid school.
Ooh.
So some of my rich kid, I wouldn't say friends, I actually mostly hated these people, but had like a fucking Mustang Cobra. There was a few of them that had like legit fucking fast cars, and if you are rich and you love your son, I don't know why you would buy them that. Like, you were asking them to try to wrap themselves around a pole, and I watched them almost do it a few times. Like, they did some crazy stupid shit, but they had some fucking nice ass fast cars. I mean, fucking Cobra Mustang at that time was a $50,000 car.
It still is, or maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, I think that's actually kind of low. I mean, I think it's... I
don't know how much it is.
I don't know either, but I knew it was expensive as fuck.
It's a lot. My truck was a lot, and it's not anything as nearly as hooked up as these things are.
I don't know why, but there was an Asian girl that went to my school it sticks in my head because she had a $90,000
yes. That circle, a
Mercedes. Yes.
He literally had to finger draw the shit in the air of the symbol to think of what the fucking car was.
I sure did. She had a $90,000 Mercedes, brand new, as her car at 16.
Did she wreck it?
No.
But
you know what she did do? She got a perfect score on her ACTs.
Okay. I guess that deserves a $90,000.
I mean, she didn't do it before. She did it after. So I don't know. But
apparently,
she didn't do shit wrong.
It's actually well known that if you take money and liquefy it and inject it into your veins, you actually could be smarter. Yeah.
Well, I think she worked her ass off. I didn't talk to her much.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know how most high schools kind of have cliques.
Mm-hmm.
I was the guy that went between most cliques, but like there was the Asian kids that like they didn't really talk to anybody other than the other.
I was
Asian.
like the loner, like a lone wolf.
Well, I was friends with other Asian kids too, but there was like the Asian nerds that they'd talk to the Asians that weren't, but like they didn't really want to talk to anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like they're almost like the Mormons, you know, like fucking off in the corner just by themselves, socially awkward.
During the time of Fast and Furious and everything like that, I think I was like fucking 15. I took my mom's car out on a joyride. She went on some little
what year did that come out?
90s or
98
or like 98, 99, I think is when it first came out.
I was thinking around the time The Matrix was just 98.
No, it was.
Was it later?
No, it was 2000. I was
2000?
15, so it had to been like 2000, like early 2000s.
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
Fucking Paul Walker.
So around these times, I had a small crew. We called ourselves Sudden Impact SI.
That's so awesome.
And we raced everything like that. And actually, the guy who was with it in it with me, he died. His name's Danny, and he had another friend named Danny. There's two Dannys. One of them hooked up an RX-7 second generation straight pipe. I mean, the fucking thing is hooked up. His dad also hooked up an RX-7 too with the rotary engine.
Yeah.
And anyway, we all used to like race it. Right around the time when I was friends with him, he worked at Wet and Wild. I took my mom's car for a joyride, and not really a joyride. I was driving around, you know, and because of that drive around, and I parked it in a Wet and Wild to go pick up Danny from the Wet and Wild.
2001.
And some asshole backed up and hit the car.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't my fault at all. It was somebody backed up and scraped the side of the car. So I tried to like clean it up, park in the fucking parking lot exactly where it was parked, filled up the tank exactly where it was, and everything like that. Mom found out about it, kicked me out the house. So that's how that started my life right there.
Bitch.
Yeah. She definitely kicked me out of the house because of a fucking car. Because you know how it is. Cars are way more important than human lives, but whatever.
Well, you little fucking hood rat. Why didn't you call and tell her?
I was a hood rat. I was an asshole. Whatever. It is what it is.
It's a two-way street here.
Sure. Yeah, that car. Whatever. Anyway, that's. We're not gonna go over like memory lane now. That's enough. That's all we have for you guys tonight.
Well, that's it. We're out of fucking time.
I know,
Jesus,
already
so quick.
So listen, just to kind of put out there, all jokes aside, I think everybody, especially all of our listeners, pay attention, right, to your politics, your local politics. Pay attention to your local communities, the leaders of your local communities, and everything like that as well. And don't forget you have the power to vote and to get out there and vote, because there's a lot of scary shit that's happening right now. Whether we want to believe what we see on the TV or not, there's a lot of things that are affecting and impacting your daily lives, and you need to understand that you have the power to try to change that. So go out there and do that. So I think that you should everybody needs to pay attention and band together and you know down.
Very, very powerful over there.
Yeah.
Well, I guess this is it.
What, right now? This is it? The world's ending right now?
World's ending.
Holy shit. Gotta go.
Good being out here. Glad you guys fucking listened to the end. Try not to pay attention to the news. Fuck it. It's nice outside.
Boycott sports and TV. No. All right, guys. Love you. See you later.
Peace.